Good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And as per usual, we'll wait a few moments. Denise, you're the first one up this morning. Good morning to you. Rosalinda, number 2. Evangeline, number 3. Holly, Kansas, good morning to you. Mike from Norland. Where's Norland, Mike? John, Elgin, Illinois. Tasha, good morning. Nick from our staff. Kathy, Kristen, Madeleine, how are you? Jackie, we appreciate you guys. Patty, good morning. Regina, some new names, haven't seen before. Maria and Ilana. Susan, good morning. We appreciate you guys. Alabama, Patricia, good morning, Alabama. Chandra and Kim from Timmins. Troy, Dr. Troy from Newfoundland. Good morning, Troy. Lori, good morning. Lisa and Micheline, bonjour. Sturgeon Falls, Brenda and June and Helena. Yolande, bonjour. Good morning, Yolande. Zienna, we appreciate you guys. Rosemary and Charlotte. Okay. And our dear friend, Dr. McEwen, good morning to you. Did you like that one on brain health, Doc? Our newsletter? We appreciate it. Jeanette, Regina. Folks, do you get, and Bonnie from Annandale, Minnesota. Dunville, good morning, Dunville. Jean, Pauline, Joss from Sturgeon. Okay, Cindy, good morning. Sorry, I hate to miss anybody because you're such good friends of the Martin Clinic. Evelyn, good morning. Southeast Florida. Lucky doggies, you. Jeanette, it's cool here this morning in Northern Ontario, just in case. And Olive, good morning. Jeanette from our staff. Okay, now guys, let's get going and I'll come on and say hi to the rest of you. Judy and Paul, good morning to you. Okay, now I want to show you a piece of paper. So those who are listening on a podcast, you're not going to see it, but I'm going to go through this. So this was a sheet of paper that they would give out at the oncology. There's a big oncology department here in our hometown, okay, Sudbury, big cancer center. And at one time, they used to give out the recipe to Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie, because I used to treat, or at least I would consult with several nurses that worked in the oncology department. And they said, Doc, can we take your recipe? Because people are always looking, oncology patients are looking for a recipe because they have no appetite. And, I said, well, this is the best thing they can have. Dr. Martin's Perfect Smoothie. So they actually would hand it out for a year or so. They handed out the smoothie recipe in Sudbury. Well, someone got a whiff of that and was not too happy, even though it was very good for them, certainly better than Boost or Ensure. You want to ensure that your cancer is going to grow? Drink Ensure. You want to boost your cancer? Make cancer grow? Then drink Boost. I mean, that's the craziest stuff that you would ever give to a cancer patient. But I want to go through, because, wait a minute now, there's 6 on one side and 6 on the other side. Okay, so 12 points. They actually gave this sheet out to cancer patients because of guys like me. Okay? So the oncology department was sort of, they were pushing back against Dr. Martin. And I found this thing to be, it's actually, the headline is Nutrition Myths. It was aimed directly at me, I'm telling you. One of the nurses brought it to me, and I just had to have a good chuckle about it. But I want to go over this just to show you where mainstream thinking is. Okay? I want to just go over the 12 points that they mentioned to come after me. Okay? It was specifically for me. So here's the nutrition myths according to them. Okay, so let's go through them and we'll have a little bit of entertainment this morning. Okay? Sugar feeds cancer. False, they said. There is no, here's what they have a little explanation. Okay? There is no direct link between sugar intake and cancer risk. Every cell in your body needs glucose to function. Guys, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm getting a splitting headache right now. I don't even find this funny, the first one. Every cell in your body needs glucose. Yeah, but if you have steak, your body will make glucose. If sugar doesn't feed cancer, well, how does the imaging work? How does the PET scan work? It's funny because I quote in my book, The Reset, I actually quote a Sudbury oncologist who said the reason the PET scan works is because glucose and cancer cells go together. Cancer cells are starving for glucose. I mean, guys, that's nutrition 101. And I've always said it to you. If you do nothing else, please stop consuming sugar, especially high fructose corn syrup, which is the sugar of the day. It literally comes out, I would say the pit of hell, but it literally was man-made sugar. And it is sugar on steroids. It is so bad for you. Myth, they said sugar feeds cancer. False. Ooh. I need to follow. Okay, so here's point number 2. I need to follow a low-carb diet. False, they said. Oh. Guys, I'm telling you, unbelievable how this stuff, it sometimes, I don't know why it shocks me, but it's almost like, are you not doing any reading at all? Are you not? I mean, today it's so easy to get information. And I know there's a lot of nonsense out there, but for heaven's sakes, like I tell my doctor friends, what? You still believe that? There's so much information on a low-carb diet. There's so much written. So many studies have been done. Are you kidding me? Have you read none of it? Avoiding carbohydrates, here's their little blurb that they put inside this bracket. Avoiding carbohydrates, grains, fruits, legumes could lead to severe nutrition deficiencies and inadequate, I knew it was coming, inadequate fiber intake. Because you see, one of the buzzwords for gurus is fiber. Nobody ever talked about fiber until the cereal companies made it famous. Okay? You must poo several times a day. Eat our fiber. Oh, guys, it's so overrated. I can't tell you how overrated it is. I'm not telling you not to eat any fiber at all. Of course, you know me. I talk about the vegetable kingdom. You can have vegetables, but limit your fruits, okay? Because you do not get a prize for going to the bathroom. Okay? There's no prize. There's no winning, you win a trophy. You don't. Okay? And I know, I don't want you to be constipated or whatever. I don't want that, but I'm just telling you, it's overrated. And I think it was last week I talked to you about one of the things that if you've got any kind of irritable bowel at all, will you lay off the fiber for heaven's sakes? Soon as I get patients off of fiber, oh, darn, gee. Well, I said, you're not a rabbit. Why are you eating so much fiber? You don't have those big buck teeth to eat fiber. And 4 stomachs like a cow. Ooh. Anyway, okay? So that was number 2. Number 3, gluten-free, the way to be. Okay? And to some extent, I agree with them here, okay? They said only people with celiac disease are unable to digest gluten. This is the only group known to be at increased risk from eating gluten is if you have celiac. But you know what? Again, they're missing the point. They're missing the point. I agree with them. I'm a sort of gluten-schmooten guy, okay? So they can't blame me for the gluten one because I've never been huge on gluten. Not that I don't understand it if you do have celiac, but a lot of people don't realize they don't break down the grains because grains are not 100 years like they used to be 100 years ago. I told you what happened to grains. Grains have no nutrition anymore. They're not full of B vitamins and protein or whatever. The first fast food that was created was bread. Sliced bread. We got to go back to the 1890s. It's not gluten. It's the way they process grains today. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's whole wheat. Who cares? It ain't good for you. It's going to be sugar in 5 seconds, plus it's going to irritate your gut. It's a fast food. Bread is fast food. It's not the old-fashioned, grain that we used to get. Because they went from, pounding and stone ground to the rollers, the ceramic rollers. And that just took all the nutrition out of grains. There's no nutrition in grains anymore. It's all processed. The first fast food was sliced bread. And in the 1930s, they came out with enriched bread. They had to. There was no more B vitamins. There was no more protein. So you know what they did? They enriched them with non-digestible, non-absorbable vitamins. Oh, we enriched the bread. So what? You know? It's a fast food. Cereals are fast foods. They're absolutely no good for you. There, I said it. Cheerios, terrible. Why are you eating that stuff? Terrible stuff. Cereals and bread, fast foods. You might as well go to McDonald's and have a muffin. Have a bagel. What's the difference? Okay. I'm only at number 3. Number 4, artificial sweeteners are dangerous. False, they said. There's no link between artificial sweeteners and increase of any cancers in humans. Maybe not directly, but indirectly. I'm not big on artificial sweeteners. You know me with that. One of the things that we know for sure, the jury is not out anymore. Here's what we know. People used to ask me in the 70s what I thought of aspartame and all that. I said, well, it can't be good. I can't tell you exactly what's happening in your body. We're not sure. But your body, look, your body's smart, okay? First of all, just understand this. Your body's very intelligent. When you give it something artificial, it doesn't know what it is. I've always said that about margarine, right? Artificial butter, man-made. It gets into your gut and your gut goes, what is that? I don't like that. I don't know what it is. And specifically, now we know that artificial sweeteners disrupt your microbiome. So when you're drinking that Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke or whatever you're drinking, and it's got artificial sweeteners in it, I'd be very careful about that because it disrupts your microbiome. It's almost like taking an antibiotic. It changes your gut. Not good. So, yeah, maybe it doesn't have a direct link to cancer, according to these, the cancer center here. But I would avoid like the plague, in my opinion. Should I follow a fad diet? Here's where I agree with them. They said false. Fad diets eat right for your blood type. I talked to you about that last week. The alkaline diet are not recommended for cancer reduction. Okay? And, to some extent, I agree with them here. Okay? Because you know me and about eat for your blood type. I told you, it's not real science. It isn't. It was a theory at best. It wasn't even a theory. It was a hypothesis brought out by one doctor. And again, he made a lot of money. Give him a high five. He's not a dummy. I'm not saying that. But he had this hypothesis. And I like me, nah. Because, if you were type O, good, you got to eat red meat. But what if you weren't type O? You didn't get, no, don't eat red meat, eat chicken, he said, Yeah, but that can't be true. God didn't pack B12 into red meat, vitamin S steak, and with B12, and, do I have to name you the list? L-carnitine and L-arginine and L-taurine and heme iron and vitamin A, and it's all in red meat. And very little in chicken. And none in salad. So This is the one I can get along with them on, okay? The alkaline diet. I've gone over this with you. I got to do a teaching here. Okay? I've got to do a teaching. Your body, your blood will keep your pH, guys, in a very, very narrow range. So when they say, oh, something is acidic, yeah, but your body's got a buffering system, okay? It's got a buffering system. And your body knows how to keep you tightly regulated in your blood. And there's nothing that will help you and help your pH more, not food, but water. Kidneys, Niagara Falls, water helps more than anything else. And I love minerals. I love mineral water. There's a reason I love mineral water, because it's full of minerals and helps your pH. But your blood pH isn't going to, it's not going to go out of whack unless you're dying. Or you're acidic because your blood sugar is out of control. See what blood sugar does? That'll put you into ketoacidosis. You're in deep trouble if you get there. A lot of people are on the edge of that because they are such bad eaters full of crappy sugars and crappy carbohydrates. Okay? Juicing. A cancer-fighting juicing. There's no research, okay, they're saying this is false. There's no research to support that juicing cures or prevents cancers. I agree with them on this. They should have called me before they filled this out and handed it out to all their cancer patients, because I agreed with them. I don't want you to juice. I'm not big on juice. Okay? I'm not big on it. Now, you want to do a green with no sugar, but you see, this is me, guys. I've been very consistent about this. I want you, when you're going to eat fruit, eat it. Don't drink it. You're going to eat vegetables, eat them. Don't drink them. Oh, I got a juicer. And it's going to make me alkaline, you see? No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. It don't work that way. Okay? It don't work that way, guys. So, look, you want to get some celery, I guess, and put it through a juicer and drink it? Okay. I'd rather you eat it. But they're right there in that sense, okay? I always tell the story of Steve Jobs. Was it Job or Jobs? Jobs. Right? The founder of Apple. He was a juicer. He was a vegetarian. Well, he was a vegan. And when he found out he had pancreatic cancer, you know what he did? He made even more juicing. He juiced all his vegetables. He juiced fruit like nobody's business. Why didn't he call me? The worst thing you can do. And pancreatic cancer, are you kidding me? And there was an actor. I don't have his name. It's up in here somewhere. That played his part. That played his part in a movie. Steve Jobs' part. And he did what Steve Jobs did. He started juicing to play the part. And you know what he got? He got an acute pancreatitis. He almost died just by playing Steve Jobs' part because he was juicing. His pancreas just about exploded. There's nothing worse for your pancreas when you're drinking sugar. Drinking sugar is the worst thing for your pancreas. Why? Because you need a lot of insulin when you drink. That's why orange juice is so bad for you. Guys, if you got orange juice in your fridge, throw it out, please. Don't give it to your kids or grandchildren. Oh, Dr. Martin, it's Tropicana. I don't care. It's garbage. You have no idea how much insulin you need to drink that stuff, when you drink that stuff. I'm getting a headache again. I just go crazy. So they did say a few things right. Detox diets clear cancer-causing toxins, okay? Now, I told you, because they're thinking something else, okay? That's not, if they would have called me before they put this sheet out, I know it was all about me, but they got some things wrong because I actually agree with them. I am not big on detox diets from gurus because they're all full of vegetables and fruit. Never mind just juicing. They're oh, we're going to clean out your liver. No, you're not. No, you're not. Detoxing diet is the reset. Because it will empty your liver in literally 6 days. Just cut out the carbs and cut out the sugars. So I agree with them. The fad of the detox diet. Oh, I'm doing the detox diet. Is it the reset? No. Well, it's not a detox diet. You're actually filling your liver. If you insist on eating carbs, you're going to fill your liver. You're not cleaning it out, you're filling it. Because those sugars, carbs are going to turn to sugars in a nanosecond, and they're going to be stored as fat in the liver. Okay? I need to take probiotics. False, they said. I'm holding myself back. Everybody needs probiotics. Anybody with cancer especially. My word. I start with probiotics and high levels of vitamin D. And the reset. But they said it's false. They don't like probiotics. I can't get over that. You know, it was interesting because, and not so much cancer doctors, but I had a few patients, actually people that sent me patients, referred me patients, and they were GI doctors. And I'd have little chats with them. And one thing they said, Doc, I think the evidence is overwhelming that probiotics are really, really good. These are GI doctors. I said, yeah. It's hard to, not only the research, it's hard to question the results that I get. And they actually started referring patients to me to fix their guts when they didn't have cancer or whatever. Right? But my word, probiotics. I mean, that's 101, guys. That's 101. You need probiotics. You're not going to get enough. You're not going to get enough in this day and age of the world that we live in, the chemicals. And I watched yesterday. I'm praying, okay, to calm myself down. I feel sorry for people that don't know any better than that. They squirted their hands cleaning seats with chemicals, and then they take all those bacterial, cleansers and whatever, and put that stuff on their skin. It's going directly into their bloodstream, and I want to scream. Here they are, worried about a virus, and they're squirt the tables, the chairs, the counters, and then they take their hands and it's almost like a religious thing. They're doing a ceremonial hand washing. I want to scream, hello, stop doing that. You're putting cancer right into your bloodstream. Don't worry so much about the virus. Worry about cancer. You're elevating your estrogen, which is going to elevate your risk of breast cancer and ovarian cancer and prostate cancer. And stop. I know they think I'm a kook, but my word, it gives me it elevates my blood pressure when I see it. You know how many of those hand sanitizers, by the way, have been taken off the market in the last 18 months? Hundreds of them. You know why? Because even the FDA admitted something. It must have been painful for them to do it. But they admitted that, you know what, these things they have carcinogenics in them. Folks, if you insist, maybe the place you work at, try and fake it. Okay, when I go into a store, and if they want me to do it, I fake it. Is that all right? Can I tell you that? Is anybody going to squeal on me? I fake it. I pretend. I'm not putting that stuff on my hands. I don't want that fake stuff that causes cancer. Wait till a cancer. Wait, guys. I'm telling you, I'm not a prophet nor the son of one, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in our society. There's going to be so many young women. I'm telling you, there are going to be so many young women that work in stores and work in restaurants and work in the public, and they are using these sprays and, and hand sanitizers, and they're disinfecting everything. I'm telling you, I'm just going to tell you what's going to happen. We're going to see cancer rates, breast cancer rates go through the roof. They're already high. It's going to go through the roof. And so is ovarian cancer, and so is uterine cancer. And in men, we're going to see, a pandemic of cancer. It drives me mental. Ooh, and I mean it. I told people, I try and even be nice about it because it's not their fault. They don't know. They don't know any better. And can I tell you something, young lady? Can I tell you as a friend? They look at me like, who the heck are you? can I tell you, don't use that stuff like you do. Pretend you're using it, okay? Just pretend. There nobody will know. Now, I'm a Christian. I don't want you to lie, okay? But you can pretend. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Here's one. Has to do with this in a way. It says, I can't eat soy. I've had breast cancer. And they go, false. Oh, soy. Would you stay away from soy? This is one of the biggest things, one of the pet peeves that I have with this whole meatless craze. You get a vegetarian and you get a vegan. And you know where most of their protein comes from? Soy. They're elevating their estrogen through the roof. That's where most of their protein's coming from. Soy. Those meatless burgers. Oh, I feel like crying. Coming to a theater near you. The world has gone insane. They want us to get rid of meat. And they're going to give us soy. Oh. I can't get over it. It doesn't surprise me, but I can't get over it. I've been screaming against soy for 40 years. Why are you eating that stuff? And guess what they make almost all fat foods out of? Soy oil. Ugh, that's cancer in an oil. I'm calming down, I promise. Here's the last one, I'm done with it. Coconut oil. A miracle food. False. But it's what they say in the little paragraph, okay? Fats and oils are high in calories. Okay? And coconut oil has saturated fat, which is, don't worry about cancer, they said, but it will cause heart disease. Why did I bring this out this morning? Okay, just to get myself uptight again. Coconut oil. It's good for you. It's good for you. There's nothing wrong with coconut oil. You can cook with it. It's got a high smoke point. I like butter better, to be honest. Can I tell you? I like butter better. But coconut oil is good for you. Oh. Guys, I have to stop because I love you guys for putting up with me, okay? I do. You guys are so patient with me. Okay, I just took a deep breath and I'm ready to calm down. Okay, guys. Again, we got some great news behind the news coming up the rest of the week. Send in your questions for Question and Answer Friday. Did you get the newsletter we sent out this morning? You're going to like it. If you don't get it, sign up for it. Sign up for it. martinclinic.com, okay? You want the newsletters in writing via your email, okay? So do that. Sign up for that. If you haven't got the book, The Reset, what a great, it's October this week sometime, and I think Friday's October 1st. Good time to plan for Christmas gifts. I can't think of a better gift to give than the gift of health. Okay? And we love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.